A panel of industry specialists gathered at the GIS studios for discussions centered on the Real Estate Brokers and Agents Bill 2024. The event, moderated by former senior legal officer at the Ministry of Commerce, Dylan Norbert Inglis, explored key aspects of the proposed legislation. Commerce Minister Emma Hippolyte spoke on the bill's potential to balance industry growth with consumer protection.
One, I do not believe that regulation impedes. I believe that regulation put order and a level of transparency within the industry that is going to cause us to have what I would say is a level playing field, so that persons are aware that there is a Realtors Association. The association should have a board, it should have rules and regulations as to how its members operate. The persons who are using that service should know as well what type of service is provided, what is the qualification for someone to be a real estate agent, the level of payment, what should be refunded, how deposits are dealt with, so that all the stakeholders within that industry, how the lawyers ought to operate, they are part of that grouping, providing and facilitating that service. What are the fees that's supposed to be paid to government? All these things are supposed to be as open as possible.
Key insights provided by President of the Realtors Association, Anselm Mathre, included distinctions between brokers and agents, the proposed composition and powers of the Real Estate Board, and its role in fostering accountability within the industry. Mathre emphasized that St. Lucia won't be starting from scratch, as the legal framework will draw from successful legislation adopted by neighboring islands.
With extending the CARICOM, I think we have extended it and we are honoring the treaties that we signed, but at the same time offering some protection to homegrown businesses. Now, even with that protection, it still doesn't prevent international firms from operating, because they will just open offices and have local representatives.
Yes.
And they have franchises as well. Mm-hmm. So a local representative, a local practicing agent can actually buy into an international franchise, like a Sotheby's, a Chesterton's. I think we had Seville's one time. Remax. We also have prominent business. We have Terra here as well. So I've seen in some of the regulations where there is a move to keep the business for locals, but that doesn't preclude you from getting an international franchise with all of its resources and its training. A key difference, I think that we saw when we look at some of the other jurisdictions, is the age requirement and the years of service should be more than what we're offering. So our barrier to entry is still not the highest in terms of years experience to be a broker.
Legal drafter from the Attorney General's office, Anselm Keynes, highlighted the importance of transparency in the licensing of practitioners.
And under the legislation, Mr. Keynes, how will one get to know who is licensed to practice?
Well, there is a duty on the part of the Real Estate Board to keep and maintain a register of real estate brokers and agents, and associated with that, there is the right of members of the public to be able to go, and once they pay the prescribed fee, they can inspect the register. And that has all the details in terms of registered real estate brokers and agents, in terms of their names, their addresses, the qualifications, the date that they were issued a license, etc. So it is intended that the register will be kept and made available for members of the public at the ministry, and you can go and you have access to all this information.
A lot of people think bill means Real Estate Association, where in this, right now, it's not the same thing. The bill is one thing and the Real Estate Association is a second. And you don't have to be a member of the association in order for you to register your business, do the course, and to practice as you're supposed to practice. So the apprehension is there, and I'm happy for this forum so that people can understand that steps are being made to regulate the industry And with the minister's mandate, it is going to happen.
The panel also explored the penalties for those found contravening the legislation. The discussions underscored a collective commitment to shaping a transparent, accountable, and professional real estate industry, setting a strong foundation for the sector's future in St. Lucia.